QFM. In the life of Touchdown every Tuesday in the Lunchtime Cafe on QFM.
That is right. We are in the life of segment of the show, how we do every Tuesday afternoon. Now, we've heard, so many scams to do with, the internet, in general, the cyberspace. Just crazy stuff has been going on. And on Facebook as well, Twitter, there's so many things, so many crazy things are going down. Now, I'm sure most of you on Facebook right now have received messages, people saying they like your profile, they want to get to know you, and they say all those are scams. Well, today we are in the life of an information security specialist, and in the studios, I'm joined by Mr. Andrew Kampolo. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, yeah.
And welcome to QFM.
Thank you so much for holding me.
All right, great stuff. Now, what does this title, Information Security Specialist, entail?
Really, it entails about a person who's just concerned about the integrity of information, the confidentiality and the availability of the same, just to ensure that people who need to get access to the information should actually be the ones to have access to that information. And the information is not changed by anyone who's not authorized to actually do that.
All right, very interesting. So how did you become such a person? Were you scammed over the internet? Did they rob your money or something?
No, not really. I think it's just a passion which is growing from my computer science degree, and just building on to ensure that it can protect others from falling prey to scammers on the internet.
Okay, yeah, interesting stuff. Now, there is so many scams going on in our social networking sites. So, what would you describe as the social network scams? And basically, how do these impact youths in Zambia?
Social network scams, this is an incident where, for example, on our Twitter, Facebook, Skype, an individual begins to ask for some confidential information, for example, about yourself, so that they can use it to actually perform a fraud or crime, which will have an impact on you later on.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm sure you have noticed that of late you receive messages from people posing as nice girls.
That's
and
right.
Later on they'll ask you to actually email them on a Yahoo or Gmail. So as you email them, they'll actually harvest your email address, and later on they'll be sending you messages which you actually don't want, even viruses, onto your computer or device.
Okay, interesting. So basically, what are the types of scams that can be done using social networks like Facebook?
The classical one is where this individual gets your email address, and later on they are sending you a message to say you've won a lottery somewhere.
Oh yes.
Can you pay $100 or $50, or it could be even be a $10 for you to actually get your prize. So once you pay that $10, this individual will actually collect those $10 from 1 million individuals in the world. So you'll be able to walk away with a good million, and you won't get to receive your prize.
Wow.
Another classical one is where somebody says, okay, you should be doing a job for us, so we'll be sending money in your account, and you remit it through Western Union. So this is a process where somebody has actually stolen money by maybe phishing a person's internet banking account. So they remit that money into your account locally, and you'll be able to send it to
via
them.
Western Union?
Yes.
Okay, so you'll be like a middleman.
You'll be a middleman, and they'll get to contact you through the social network.
Wow, so basically their hands become clean.
Their hands are
you are dirty.
clean. Yes.
Oh my goodness. All right, now why is it that social networks, social network is a high value target for online scams? Because people have complained so much.
I think it's the numbers, and if you look at the field of computing has actually developed to a level where there are firewalls. People are not able to easily get into a corporate network. So the easiest way is the user. And Facebook, for example, in 2011, it hit about 500 million users, and we are talking about 2013 now, so it could be more other users.
Obviously, yeah.
So there are many users on social networks, and people are spending a lot of time on social networks, and people are releasing a lot of their information, phone numbers, email addresses, BBM pins. So all that information is actually harvested, And all a criminal needs to perform a crime is to have information about the target which they want to actually perform the crime with.
All right, ladies and gents, in case you're just joining us, in the live of today, we have an information security specialist who is Andrew Kampolo, who is shedding light about, internet scams. So, who basically can perform online scams, like on social networks?
Anyone really, because
even I can do that.
Yes, if you are to open an account, for example, with Facebook, they won't verify your national identity. So people can actually fake their identity and be able to begin to contact and message you on Facebook. And the way Facebook is, and just like any other social network, you can actually message somebody without them being your friend. So these people will create fake accounts and they'll begin to friend people and tap their information and harvest it for other future crimes which they would want to perform.
All right, so in short, we can actually have someone, in this scam, maybe someone who's from Nigeria, who's from the UK. You don't really have to be in the same area, isn't it?
Exactly, because the internet is there for everyone at any time.
At any time.
And because in the world we are in different geographical locations and we have different time zones. So this person could actually be performing a crime at the time when you're actually sleeping. They could be anywhere in the world and at any given time. It's 24/7.
Any time zone.
Yes,
crazy.
Some people actually do just work where they are just doing social network scams. They are harvesting email addresses, BBM pins, contact details, and they are sending phishing emails to people where it says, okay, there's an email, you've won a lottery, or there's an email, you need to change your bank account details. Once you click on that link, you download viruses to your computer or you download viruses to your device. Or it could even be a link leading to a site where you can actually go log in with your credentials, and they'll be able to actually get your credentials and use them for other things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting stuff. So many scams over the internet, and it's crazy. Well, most of the citizens are actually vulnerable. Sometimes you get inboxes via Yahoo, Gmail, on Facebook, by Twitter. So basically, how can one safeguard themselves against scams, especially on social networks? What are some of the tips you can actually give out?
Yeah, basically the tips to protect you they are quite simple and handy. When you're creating a password, for example, for your Gmail, your Facebook, your Twitter, it should have alphanumerical characters, some numbers and some letters, and you actually have to be changing this password at least once every month. And also do not just accept people as friends on social networks if you don't know them outside the social networks. And you have to ensure that you don't sign up to social networks using your company or official email address. Don't leave your phone numbers there, and avoid really clicking on links which you don't know, because you can actually download viruses to your device or to your computer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Mr. Kampolo, your final remarks before I let you go with regard to this, internet scams.
Yeah. Really, finally, what I would just encourage everyone is to ensure that on social networks you don't share your usernames, you don't share your passwords, you don't actually use browsers which are going to ask you to save your credentials, because anyone who comes to the browser can actually get your credentials. And if you would actually like to have more details about this, you can actually join Isaka Lusaka chapter on Facebook. We actually give a lot of tips about security, audit, and all that. You can actually even be a member of Isaka Lusaka chapter, which has just been established in Zambia, to look at information security.
Okay, very, very interesting stuff. Well, thank you so very much for your time, eh?
Yeah, it's always a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. At least I do hope by now, people have gotten some information, because I've noticed so many people have their phone numbers on Facebook, and okay, one more thing. What are the implications of you having your phone number? Like when someone checks out your profile, they can see your phone number. What else can they do with that? What?
Really, your phone number is something which should be confidential, and when you put it on a social network, it means that you are telling the world that this is my phone number and anyone can call you. So you find yourself receiving calls which you actually don't solicit for. Somebody's just calling you from India, for example, that you have won this or you need to do this for them. So it creates a path for them to actually get to you to be able to perform crimes from wherever they are. So it's to me, it's pretty much sensitive information which shouldn't be shared on a social network.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it for yourselves. This afternoon we were in the life of an information security specialist, Mr. Andrew Kampolo. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, thank you so much. Always a pleasure.
Well, appreciate it big time. Hope to have you next time as well.
Thanks. Yeah,
That's
anytime.
right.
Cheers.
In the life of Touchdown every Tuesday in the Lunchtime Cafe on QFM.
That is right. Well, before we wrap up the show, as you know, it's tradition. Going to be checking out our double play of the day. Stick around.
QFM on 89.7 in Choma.
Double play of the day.